My beloved child, be still for a moment. You do not need to move. You do not need to adjust anything. Just allow yourself to be here with me. You did not arrive at this moment by accident. You did not stumble upon these words randomly. I see exactly what you are carrying into this night, and I know how heavy your heart has been feeling. Tonight, you are safe. The world has asked so much of you today, more than you realized, more than your heart could bear. And now, as the night grows still, your mind may still race, replaying moments, anticipating tomorrow, holding on to every responsibility as if you had to carry it alone. That is why I am here, not to command you, not to correct you, not to stir you to action, but to be present, quietly, so that your heart can rest. You do not need to fight tonight. You do not need to prove anything. You do not need to hold yourself together. Take a slow breath. Do not force it. Simply notice it. In and out. Feel your shoulders soften. Let your jaw loosen. Rest your hands without tension. Nothing will fall apart if you allow yourself to relax here. I know you have been trained to stay alert, to anticipate needs, to carry burdens without complaint. But tonight, you are allowed to stop. You are not being watched for mistakes. You are not being measured. You are not being judged. You are being held. I see the moments when you smiled despite exhaustion, when you offered kindness despite your own pain, when you stayed silent instead of speaking your frustration, all to protect yourself or others. You were never invisible. You were never forgotten. I know there were prayers you whispered, words that felt like they disappeared into the air, questions that seemed unanswered, and when silence returned, you wondered if anyone cared. But every word, every sigh, every tear, I heard them. I always have. You may feel unnoticed by the world. You may feel overlooked by people, but in my eyes, you have never been unseen. I understand your exhaustion. I understand your fears. I understand the weight of your heart. Tonight, you do not need to carry it anymore. You may wonder if letting go is safe, if resting means weakness, if releasing your control will leave you unprotected. Hear me clearly. You are safe. You are held. You are loved. Let your mind soften. If thoughts arise, acknowledge them gently, and then let them pass. You do not need to follow them. You do not need to solve them tonight. I am closer than your thoughts. I am steadier than your fears. I am stronger than the weight you carry. Your body may begin to feel heavier. That is not exhaustion. That is safety. Your nervous system remembers that it does not have to stay on alert, that it is allowed to rest. Nothing is chasing you. Nothing demands answers. Nothing needs your effort right now. I am standing watch. You have been strong longer than you should have had to be. You have carried burdens silently. You have endured more than you know. I honor that strength. And yet, tonight, you do not need it. Strength was never meant to define your entire life. It was meant to help you through a season. That season has been long enough. Now, it is time for peace. Bring all your tension to me. You do not need to name it. You do not need to explain. Simply lay it down. Even if your mind drifts, do not be frustrated. It is learning to let go, to trust my presence. You do not need to stay awake for this to work. Even if your eyes grow heavy, even if your awareness drifts, my peace will settle within you. I am with you. I am here in this room. I am here in this moment. I am here in this breath. You are not alone. You are never alone. Stay here. Let go a little more. You do not need to fight tonight. I am holding you. I remain. I am steady. I am unchanging. Rest now, my child. The night is calm, and I am still here. My beloved child, remain here with me a little longer. There is no hurry. The night is quiet enough for your heart to listen deeply, and your soul is ready to receive a gentle truth. You are not alone. You are not invisible. You are loved, chosen, treasured. Even when you feel unseen by the world, even when your prayers seem unanswered, you have never been forgotten. I have seen you all along. I saw you when you woke up tired and yet chose to face the day. I saw you when you smiled for others, even when your heart was quietly breaking. I saw the courage it took just to keep going, when you felt too weak to continue. All of it mattered, all of it was seen, and all of it was precious in my eyes. You may have wondered why others seemed to move ahead while you stayed still, why opportunities passed by that you had hoped for, why life felt unfair, and you wondered if your efforts were in vain. Those feelings are natural, but you are not behind. You are not less than anyone else. Your journey is unique, and I have been guiding every step, even when you could not see it. You have carried burdens quietly, sometimes so quietly that you believed no one noticed. But I noticed. I have counted every tear, every sigh, every silent prayer. You have never been unseen. Even in moments when you felt distant from me, when answers seemed delayed, I was near. Silence does not mean absence. Stillness does not mean indifference. I understand the longing of your heart. I understand the ache of waiting. I understand the quiet fear that sometimes presses against your chest. When you feel unseen, you are seen, you are known, you are cherished beyond measure. Do not let the doubts of the world or the silence of others convince you otherwise. Your worth is not measured by achievements, nor by the approval of others. It is measured by the truth that you are mine. You were known before you were born. You were loved before you knew to ask for love. There are parts of your life that feel uncertain, moments that confuse you, times when the future seems unclear. You do not need to understand all of it tonight. You only need to rest in the truth that I am with you, even your questions, even your fears, even the moments you cannot articulate. I know them all. I have not been surprised by your journey. I have not been unprepared for your struggles. You may feel lonely sometimes. You may feel like your heart is carrying more than it should. But tonight, I am inviting you to place that weight down for a little while. Breathe slowly with me, in and out. Notice how your body begins to soften when it knows it is safe. Let your shoulders relax. Let your jaw loosen. Allow your hands to rest freely. You do not have to hold everything together. You do not need to carry the burdens of yesterday. You do not need to anticipate the worries of tomorrow. I am with you now. I am here for every part of you, your past, your present, and your future. I am steady. I am constant. I will not leave. Even if sleep comes slowly, even if thoughts drift in and out, my peace will remain in your heart. You do not need to force it. You only need to allow it to settle. If memories rise tonight, if old regrets surface, do not fight them harshly. Bring them to me. Place them gently in my hands. I will carry them for you. You do not need to be perfect to receive my love. You do not need to fix yourself before resting. You do not need to earn my attention. It is already yours. Let this truth sink into you. You are cherished. You are known. You are deeply, unconditionally loved. Stay here in this quiet moment with me. Let your heart be still. Let your body soften. Let the night carry you gently toward rest. You are seen. You are chosen. You are loved. Rest now, my child, my beloved child. Stay with me as the night deepens. The world around you is quiet, and your heart is opening to receive something gentle. There is a truth I want to speak to you tonight. You do not need to control everything. I know your mind often races ahead, planning, anticipating, calculating. You worry about outcomes, about timing, about what will happen next. You want to make sure nothing goes wrong. You want to be prepared for everything. But tonight, you do not need to carry that weight. You do not need to solve every problem. You do not need to know the full path. I am already there. I am already aware of what is coming. I am already preparing the way for you. Nothing will arrive that I am not already attending to. You may feel anxious, thinking that if you do not anticipate everything, you might fail. You might miss the right moment. You might lose something important. But trust in me, my child. Trust does not require understanding everything. Trust allows you to rest, even when the answers are not yet visible. I have orchestrated every detail of your life, even the things you cannot see, even the moments that feel unfair, the doors that closed unexpectedly, the people who disappointed you. I have been working quietly behind the scenes, aligning circumstances, softening hearts, opening opportunities at the right time and in the right way. You do not need to push, force, or rush. You do not need to demand clarity. What is meant for you will arrive in perfect timing. What belongs to you will find its way. Let go of the need to control tomorrow. You do not need to manipulate outcomes to ensure safety or peace. Those things are already in my care. Even your mistakes, even your missteps, are part of the path I am guiding. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is overlooked. I know you worry about provision, about decisions, about your family and your work. I know you fear the unknown and the uncertainties of life, but fear does not have authority over the plans I have for you. Your worries do not determine the future. My care does. Tonight, allow yourself to place every concern into my hands. Let go of the need to understand. Let go of the need to act. Let go of the need to anticipate. Breathe with me now, in and out. With each breath, imagine releasing one worry at a time. Let it go. You do not need to name it. I already know. I will carry it for you. I see the pressure you have carried. I see the tension in your shoulders, the clenching of your jaw, the heaviness in your chest. I see your heart trying to manage too much, and I am here to help you release it. You are allowed to trust my timing. You are allowed to stop anticipating. You are allowed to rest. Even if tomorrow seems unclear, even if decisions are waiting, even if the path is uncertain, you do not need to solve it tonight. You are not behind, and you are not unprepared. I am walking ahead of you, holding every step. I am arranging what you cannot see. I am opening what needs to open. I am closing what would harm you. You may feel a desire to control, to anticipate, to understand every detail. That desire is natural, but let it pass gently. It does not need to guide your heart tonight. Place your trust in me. You do not need to earn provision. You do not need to create protection. You do not need to push doors open. Everything that matters is already under my care. Even your fears, even your doubts, even your silent prayers and unspoken desires. Feel your body soften. Feel your heart release the tension. Feel the peace that comes from knowing that nothing is beyond my ability to handle. You do not need to control the outcomes. You do not need to anticipate every twist. You do not need to carry tomorrow on your shoulders. Tonight, rest. Let go. Allow my sovereignty and care to fill your heart. Let your breath deepen. Let your body sink into calm. I am with you now. I am already walking with you tomorrow. I am steady. I am constant. I will not leave. You are safe in my hands. You are cherished. You are deeply, unconditionally loved. Rest now, my child, my beloved child. Remain here with me as the night grows softer. Your breathing has slowed. Your body is beginning to trust the quiet. This is where healing happens, not through effort, but through gentle care. I know the places that ache within you, not only the places you can name, but the ones you learn to ignore. The tightness you carry in your chest, the weariness behind your eyes, the heaviness that settles into your body. After long seasons of stress, I see all of it. You may have learned to push through pain, to keep going even when something inside asked for rest, to tell yourself you would tend to it later. But later became long, and the weight remained. Tonight, you do not need to push. Tonight, you do not need to endure. Tonight, you are allowed to receive care. Healing is not always loud. It does not always arrive suddenly. Often, it begins quietly, with safety, with calm, with the permission to stop holding yourself together. Let your body feel that permission now. Notice your breathing. Do not change it. Just notice it. In and out. As you breathe, imagine warmth spreading gently through you, not rushing, not forcing, just settling where it is needed. I am the one who heals, but I heal with tenderness. I do not rush wounds that took time to form. I do not demand instant restoration. I work patiently, layer by layer, moment by moment. You may wish everything could be fixed all at once, but your body and heart heal best when they feel safe enough to soften. That safety is here now. I know there are pains you carry that no one else sees, old injuries, lingering illness, fatigue that does not lift easily, emotional wounds that settled into the body because there was no space to release them. You are not imagining these things. Your pain is real, and it matters to me. Bring your awareness gently to any place that feels tense or sore. You do not need to analyze it. Just notice it with kindness. I am present there. You do not need to tell me how to heal you. You do not need the right words. Your openness is enough. Healing often begins when the body no longer feels threatened, when it no longer has to stay alert, when it no longer expects harm. You are safe here. If you feel emotion rising, sadness, relief, even tears, let it come. Tears are not weakness. They are release. They allow the body to let go of what it has been holding. I am gentle with your tears. There were times you carried pain alone, without comfort, without understanding. Those moments left marks, but those marks are not permanent. I am restoring you in ways you may not even notice yet. Small shifts, gentle easing, subtle relief. Do not rush the process. You do not need to monitor it. Healing continues. Even as you rest, your body knows how to heal. When it feels supported, your heart knows how to mend. When it feels safe, I am creating that safety now. If you have blamed yourself for not feeling better sooner, release that blame. Healing is not a failure of effort. It is a process of care. You have done nothing wrong by needing time. I am working within you, bringing balance, bringing calm, bringing restoration where it is needed most. You may feel a gentle heaviness now. That is not exhaustion. That is your body letting go of tension. That is your nervous system realizing it does not need to guard you tonight. Let it rest. I am placing peace into places that once held pain. I am bringing comfort to areas that learn to brace. You do not need to be alert. You do not need to watch for symptoms. You do not need to evaluate progress. Just receive. If sleep comes, healing continues. If you remain awake, healing continues. There is no wrong way to receive care. I am not disappointed by your limits. I am not impatient with your body. I understand exactly what you need. Your healing is not a burden to me. Your care is not an inconvenience. I delight in restoring you. Stay here in this quiet moment. Let your breath remain slow. Let your muscles soften. Let your heart trust again. I am with you. I am gentle with you. I am healing you in ways both seen and unseen. Rest now, my child, my beloved child. Stay here with me as the night continues to cradle you. Your breathing is steady now. Your body feels quieter. This is a good place to remember who you are, not who the world told you to be, not who pain tried to shape you into, but who you have always been in my eyes. You are mine. Before expectations were placed on you, before mistakes were counted, before labels were given, you were already known and loved. You did not earn this love. You did not achieve it. You did not prove yourself worthy of it. It was given. I know you have questioned your worth. You have wondered if you were enough, if you measured up, if you somehow fell short of what you were supposed to be. Those thoughts did not come from truth. They came from comparison, from disappointment, from moments when you felt unseen or misunderstood. But listen to me now, gently and clearly. Your identity is not fragile. It does not change with circumstances. It does not rise and fall with success or failure. Your identity is rooted in me. You are not defined by your past. You are not reduced to your worst moment. You are not limited by what others decided about you. I see you as whole, I see you as becoming. I see you as deeply valuable. There were times you tried to become what was expected of you, hoping it would bring acceptance. Times you hid parts of yourself to keep peace or avoid rejection. That hiding was exhausting. You do not need to hide here. You are allowed to be fully yourself in my presence. There is no version of you that I reject. There is no part of you that surprises me. Even the parts you struggle to accept, I already know them, and I remain. You may feel shame rise when you think about who you used to be, about choices you regret, about paths you wish you had taken differently. But shame does not get to define you. I have called you by name. I have called you mine, and nothing can undo that. You are not an accident. You are not a mistake. You are not a burden. You are loved with intention. If you have tried to earn love by being useful, by being strong, by being agreeable, you can release that effort now. You do not need to perform to belong. Belonging came first. Your worth is not tied to productivity. It is not measured by how much you give. It is not dependent on how well you hold yourself together. Your worth is settled. I know you have carried expectations quietly. Expectations to be better, to do more, to become someone else. Those expectations grew heavy. You are allowed to set them down. Tonight, I am reminding you that your identity is secure. It is not something you can lose in the dark. It does not fade when you are tired. Even now, as your eyes grow heavy, you remain fully known, fully loved, fully held. You may feel relief as you hear this, or resistance. Both are okay. If part of you struggles to receive this truth, be patient with yourself. Learning to accept love often takes time. Just stay here. Let your breathing remain slow, in and out. With each breath, release one label that no longer serves you. You do not need to name it. Just let it go. You are not defined by fear. You are not defined by loss. You are not defined by what went wrong. You are defined by love. I delight in who you are becoming, not because you are changing fast, but because you are growing honestly. Growth does not require harshness. It requires care. I am patient with your process. I am kind with your questions. I am gentle with your doubts. You do not need to rush into clarity. You do not need to figure yourself out tonight. Just rest in this truth. You belong. You belong in my care. You belong in peace. You belong in rest. Nothing can take that from you. Stay here in this quiet. Let your heart soften around this truth. Let your body relax, knowing it does not need to prove anything. You are mine. You always have been. Rest now, my child, my beloved child. Stay with me as the night grows deeper. You have released much already. Your breathing is calmer. Your heart is quieter. Now I want to speak gently to the place where hope has felt fragile. I know there were moments when you wondered if hope was still reasonable. Times when waiting felt long and believing felt tiring. You did not stop believing because you lacked faith. You grew weary because you cared. I understand that weariness. Hope does not always disappear loudly. Sometimes it fades quietly, like a light dimming at the end of a long day. You kept going, but inside you wondered how much longer you could wait. Tonight, I am not asking you to force hope. I am offering it gently. Hope does not have to be loud to be real. It does not need confident words or strong declarations. Sometimes hope is simply staying, breathing, listening, resting instead of giving up. Even here, I am working. You may not see change yet. You may not feel breakthrough, but absence of movement does not mean absence of care. I am working in places your eyes cannot reach, in timing you cannot control, in ways that protect you even when you do not understand them. There were seasons when you thought nothing was happening, only to realize later that you were being prepared, that you were being strengthened quietly, that delays were not denials. The same care is present now. I know you worry that hoping again might hurt, that trusting again could disappoint you. So you guarded your heart. You learned to expect less, to feel less pain. That was understandable. But guarding hope too tightly can become another kind of exhaustion. You do not need to risk everything tonight. You only need to allow a small opening. Let hope be gentle. Let it be quiet. Let it rest beside you. Instead of demanding answers, faith is not certainty. Faith is trust that you are not alone, even when the path is unclear. I am not asking you to believe everything will change tomorrow. I am asking you to believe you are not abandoned tonight. I am with you in the waiting. I am with you in the uncertainty. I am with you in the questions. You do not need to defend your faith. You do not need to make it stronger by force. Faith grows best in safety. So rest here. If doubts come, do not push them away harshly. They are not enemies. They are signs that you are human, that you have been carrying a lot. Bring them to me. I do not withdraw from your doubts. I meet you in them. There is nothing fragile about the care I have for you. It does not depend on how steady your belief feels tonight. It does not weaken when you feel uncertain. My faithfulness is steady even when yours feels small. You may feel a quiet longing for reassurance, for something to hold on to, for a sign that things will be okay. Listen gently. Your presence here is already a sign. You did not stop listening. You did not turn away. You stayed. That is faith. Faith does not always look like confidence. Sometimes it looks like staying present when leaving would feel easier. I am honoring that in you. You do not need to compare your journey to anyone else's. Your pace is not wrong. Your questions are not failures. You are exactly where you need to be. Let your breathing slow again, in and out. With each breath, allow a small sense of trust to return. Not trust in outcomes, not trust in timing, but trust in care. I am holding what you cannot hold. I am guiding what you cannot see. I am protecting what matters to you. Hope does not need to rush ahead. It can rest here with you. Even now, I am weaving things together, aligning moments, softening what needs to change, strengthening you in quiet ways. You may not notice it yet, but you will. For now, you do not need proof. You do not need certainty. You only need rest. Stay here in this calm. Let hope sit beside you, quietly. Let faith breathe without pressure. Even here, I am working. Rest now, my child. My beloved child, stay with me as the night deepens into stillness. There is a gentle presence with you now, quiet, steady, close. You are not walking this path alone. I know there are moments when you wish someone could understand what you feel without explanation. Moments when words feel heavy and silence feels safer. I understand that longing. That is why I am with you as comforter. Not distant, not demanding, but near. You do not need to carry your thoughts by yourself tonight. You do not need to translate your feelings into perfect words. I understand the language of your heart. There were times you felt uncertain about what to do next, times when choices felt unclear, and you wished for guidance that felt gentle, not overwhelming. I am here to guide you softly, not by pushing, not by pressure, but by presence. Guidance does not always arrive as instructions. Often it comes as calm, as a quiet sense of direction, as peace that settles when it is time to rest, and clarity that rises when it is time to move. Tonight is for rest. If your mind has been noisy, trying to solve things that cannot be solved in the dark, let that effort pause. You do not need to figure everything out to be guided. I walk beside you. I do not rush you. I do not abandon you when the path feels uncertain. I know you have tried to be strong. You have tried to be wise. You have tried to make the right choices, even when you felt unsure. Those efforts mattered, and you do not have to continue them alone. I am with you in decisions you have not made yet. I am with you in conversations that have not happened yet. I am with you in days you have not lived yet. Nothing about your life is unsupported. If you feel lonely at night, that loneliness does not define you. It is simply a signal that your heart longs for connection. You are not wrong for wanting that. Connection is here now. Let your breathing slow again. In and out. With each breath, feel the reassurance of being accompanied, not watched, not evaluated, but supported. I am not waiting for you to be ready. I am not holding back guidance until you perform correctly. I meet you exactly where you are. Sometimes, guidance looks like rest. Sometimes, it looks like patience. Sometimes, it looks like knowing that you do not need to decide tonight. You may have been told that you should always be certain, always be confident, always be sure of your next step. But certainty is not required to be cared for. I am patient with your questions. I am gentle with your doubts. I am steady when your thoughts feel scattered. You do not need to quiet your mind perfectly. You do not need to empty it. Just let my presence be something solid for your thoughts to rest against. If emotions rise, welcome them without judgment. They are not interruptions. They are information, and I am with you in all of them. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not missing something essential. You are learning to trust that you do not have to carry life alone. That trust grows slowly, like roots deepening in quiet soil. It does not need attention. It does not need force. It grows as you rest. If sleep begins to draw closer, that is okay. Guidance does not stop when you sleep. Care does not pause. Presence does not fade. I remain. You do not need to hold on to these words. You do not need to remember them perfectly. They will settle where they are needed. I am walking with you. I am comforting you. I am guiding you gently. Nothing is required of you right now. Stay here in this quiet assurance. Let your body soften a little more. Let your heart feel accompanied. You are not walking alone. You never have been. Rest now, my child, my beloved child. Remain with me in this quiet hour. The night is deep now, and your heart is open in a gentle way. This is a safe place to speak about things that have followed you for a long time. There are patterns you did not choose, burdens you inherited without permission, ways of thinking, fearing, or hurting that seem to pass quietly from one season to the next. You may have wondered why certain struggles felt familiar, why the same heaviness returned, even when you tried to live differently, why some doors felt harder to open than they seemed for others. I want you to hear this clearly tonight. What ends with you will not follow you. You are not bound to repeat everything that came before you. You are not required to carry what was never meant to be yours. I see the family lines, the histories, the unspoken wounds, the habits of fear and silence, the coping learned in difficult times. I see them all, and I am gentle as I release you from them. Breaking old chains does not require struggle. It begins with truth, with the quiet understanding that you are allowed to live differently. You do not have to fight the past. You do not have to confront it aggressively. You do not have to relive it to be free from it. Freedom often arrives quietly when the heart realizes it no longer needs to stay guarded. Tonight, you are safe to release what has weighed on you for years. If there are fears that feel older than your own memories, bring them here. If there are expectations you never agreed to, set them down. If there are beliefs about yourself that were formed in pain, let them soften. I am not removing something essential from you. I am removing what has limited you. You are not losing identity. You are receiving freedom. Blessing does not rush into your life with noise. It arrives gently, filling the spaces where heaviness once lived. You may not feel a dramatic change tonight. That is okay. Blessing often begins as peace, as a sense of lightness, as permission to breathe more deeply. Let your breathing slow again, in and out. With each breath, imagine releasing one old weight. You do not need to name it. I already know. I am careful with what I remove. I do not strip you of what you need. I free you from what harms you. If you have worried that the same struggles will return, that the same pain will repeat, listen gently. Cycles can end. You are not trapped. You are not destined to repeat every pattern. You are not powerless. Change does not always come through force or effort. Often, it comes when the heart feels safe enough to choose something new. I am creating that safety now. I am placing blessing where fear once lived. I am placing clarity where confusion lingered. I am placing peace where tension learned to settle. Blessing does not erase your past. It transforms how the past touches you. You are no longer defined by what came before you. You are defined by what is growing within you now. If part of you feels cautious, afraid to hope too much, be patient with yourself. Trust grows slowly when it has been wounded before. You do not need to rush belief. You only need to remain open. I am working gently without overwhelming you. I am not asking you to become someone else overnight. I am simply freeing you to become who you already are. As you rest, these changes continue quietly. You do not need to monitor them. You do not need to control them. Freedom does not require supervision. It unfolds naturally. When the heart is no longer bound, you may notice, over time, that old reactions soften, that certain fears lose their grip, that peace arrives more easily. Those are signs of blessing taking root. Tonight, allow yourself to rest, without carrying what no longer belongs to you. Let your body relax, without bracing for old patterns. I am with you, as old chains loosen and new freedom settles. What ends with you will not follow you. Stay here in this quiet release. Let the night hold you gently. Let your heart rest in the blessing of being free. Rest now, my child, my beloved child. Stay with me a little longer as the night holds you gently. There is no hurry here, no clock you need to watch, no moment you are about to miss. I know how often you feel pressure to move faster, to decide sooner, to arrive somewhere already complete. You worry that waiting means falling behind, that stillness means losing ground. But listen to me now, quietly and clearly. You do not have to rush. My timing is not careless. It is kind. I see how you compare yourself to others, how their lives seem to move forward, while yours feels paused or delayed. That comparison has weighed on your heart, more than you admit. But delay is not punishment. Waiting is not neglect. Sometimes waiting is protection. Sometimes it is preparation. Sometimes it is mercy. I know you wish things would resolve sooner, that clarity would come faster, that answers would arrive before you grew tired of asking. Your desire for resolution is understandable, but resolution that comes too early can cost you peace later. I am shaping things carefully, not only what will happen, but who you will be when it happens. You are becoming steadier, more compassionate, more grounded. Those qualities are forming in the quiet, not in the rush. I know impatience has whispered to you, telling you that you are late, that you should be further along, that something must be wrong. Those whispers are not truth. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are exactly where you need to be for this moment in your life. You do not need to force doors open. You do not need to pressure yourself into decisions. What belongs to you will open without violence to your heart. Trust does not demand urgency. Trust allows things to unfold naturally. Tonight, you can release the timeline you have been holding, the one that told you when things should happen, how quickly you should heal, how soon you should feel ready. Those timelines were heavy. You are allowed to put them down. Let your breathing slow again, in and out. With each breath, imagine loosening your grip on time, not resisting it, just allowing it to move without your control. I am not slow. I am precise. I arrive exactly when you need me. Not a moment too late, not a moment too early. There were times in your past when you wished things had happened sooner, but later you saw that the waiting protected you, that the delay spared you pain. You were not ready to carry. The same care is guiding you now. You may not see the full picture yet. That is okay. You are not required to understand everything, to be held securely. I know it is hard to rest when you feel unfinished, when parts of your life feel unresolved. But rest is not wasted time. Rest is where clarity grows. As you sleep, your mind settles, your heart softens, your perspective widens gently. Often, answers come after rest, not before. So tonight, you are free from urgency, free from pressure, free from comparison. You do not need to measure your life against anyone else's pace. Their path is not yours. Your journey is uniquely cared for. I am guiding you with patience, because patience protects you. I am leading you slowly enough that your heart does not fracture under the weight of change. Nothing meaningful is being missed. Nothing precious is slipping away. I am holding what is coming, and I will bring it to you when you are ready to receive it without fear. If anxiety rises, remind yourself gently, I am not late. I am not forgetting. I am not delaying out of indifference. I am caring for you. You can rest in that care now. You can let the night deepen without worrying about tomorrow's pace. There will be time for action. There will be time for decisions. But this moment is for rest. Stay here with me. Let go of the need to hurry. Let your heart settle into trust. You do not have to rush. I am guiding you, and my timing is kind. Rest now, my child, my beloved child. You have stayed with me through this quiet journey. The night has grown deep, and your heart has begun to soften. Now, there is nothing left to hold, nothing left to fix, nothing left to carry. Only rest remains. You have done enough today. Even simply listening was enough. Even staying present was enough. And now, I want to wrap you in a blessing of peace, grace, and rest. Close your eyes gently and allow my presence to settle over you. Not with noise, not with urgency, not with pressure, but with stillness, warmth, and calm. Your breathing can deepen, in and out. There is no right or wrong way to rest. Just receive the comfort that surrounds you. I bless your body, the place that has carried tension for too long, the place that learned to stay alert, to hold, to brace, to anticipate. Now, let it release, gently and safely. Your shoulders can drop, your jaw can loosen, your hands can relax. I bless your heart, the heart that has hoped, feared, loved, and grieved, the heart that has endured silently, the heart that longs to be seen and understood. Tonight, it can rest. It does not need to fight or measure itself. It does not need to prove anything. It is held. I bless your mind. The thoughts that have circled endlessly, worries that have whispered in the dark, memories that have returned too often, they can fade gently into the background. They do not need to be solved. They do not need to be understood. I am with you, holding every piece. You do not need to anticipate tomorrow. You do not need to calculate outcomes. You do not need to prepare for every possibility. Resting does not mean weakness. Resting is a gift you are allowed to receive. Even your doubts and fears are welcome here. You do not need to chase them away. Do not resist what rises in your mind. I meet you in every one of these feelings. You are not abandoned when fear whispers. You are not alone when uncertainty presses. I bless your spirit. Every part of you that has felt burdened or tired can now settle into calm. Every part of you that has worked too hard can pause and receive peace. Every part of you that has questioned its worth can rest in knowing you are deeply loved. This blessing is not temporary. It does not vanish with the night. It is a seed of rest that will continue to grow, even when your eyes are closed, even when your mind drifts, even when sleep carries you away. I bless your dreams. May they be gentle, quiet, and restorative. May they not stir unrest or anxiety. May they reinforce the truth that you are seen, known, and cherished. I bless your tomorrow without pulling you toward it tonight, without stirring worry, without asking you to solve it before you sleep. You do not need to manage the future. You are held. Everything is already under my care. If you awaken during the night, you are not alone. Return to this quiet presence. Return to this stillness. Return to the knowledge that you are deeply loved. You do not need to speak or respond. You do not need to act. You do not need to prove anything. Simply rest. Simply breathe. Simply receive. The night is your companion. It carries you gently. It does not demand or judge. It allows healing and peace to settle within you. You are safe. You are loved. You are held. As sleep comes, allow this blessing to continue quietly. Even if your awareness fades, even if your mind drifts, even if your body surrenders fully to rest, I remain steady, constant, unchanging. Receive my peace tonight. Receive my grace. Receive rest. Rest now, my child. You are safe. You are cherished. You are deeply, wholly, and completely loved. Before you close your eyes tonight, if these words brought peace to your heart, type Amen in the comments. Not for anyone else, just as a quiet way of saying, I receive this rest. I quote, if your heart still feels heavy, you may also write, Lord, I am tired. I see you. You are not alone. And if you notice someone else in the comments who feels weary or lonely, leave them a so they know they are seen too. Now rest. I am still here.